First of all, I want to thank each and every one of you guys for being here. The way we fight this evil and overcome the evil is by engagement, participation, and education, and that's what we're all doing here. My goal is to actually just give you a little idea of why I have such a passion for this particular niche. This is my first time. I've just been reelected for the second term. The first term, though, one of my pillars was working against human trafficking. And I'll kind of give you a little history of that real quickly, but I'm here actually just to get a chance also to meet others, to see what you're doing, to meet the survivors, to actually applaud everything that you're doing, including the courage it takes to not only make it through, survive, but to come back and help others to do the same thing. My little bit of history, about 10 years ago, I was able to stumble upon a little history of my great-great-grandfather, who was brought here in the belly of a slave ship. At age 8, he was able to escape by the help of those who understood freedom and decided to take him with him. He ended up making his way out to Texas, West Texas, where he eventually became a very successful business owner. Started the first black church, first black elementary school, bought 200 acres of land within 2 years. The example of a survivor, someone who not only understood the options of taking control over life and taking a risk to make sure you can to move forward, but also the idea of passing hope and a helping hand down for generations later on. Here I stand before you today as an example of what happens when a survivor is given the opportunity and can move forward and make good things happen. And here we are 200 years later, 170 years later, 150 years later, whatever it might be, still talking about the same topic. It's one in which we have to engage ourselves, know that that's happening here. I happen to be in Utah, the state of Utah, which is a remarkably family-friendly state. I have 6 kids and 16 grandkids that live within 45 minutes. And it's very easy for us to kind of look at the environment we're in, this little freedom bubble we're in, and think that everything's okay, that we're all safe, we're all secure, that nothing really bad can happen. And that's where evil introduces themselves, in those areas in which we just don't know any better. So I'm very proud to be from a state that has taken this very seriously. We collaborate between the federal, the state, the local, the private institutions and businesses that actually focus on these areas. We work hard to educate the citizens around us to recognize that, yes, we are in a very family-friendly place, and that's where bad things can happen. And more importantly, recognizing that this should be countries across the world that give second chances. And that second chance comes from the fact that someone takes the risk and can break this bond, can come out of these shadows, that they have a landing place, a place that they can actually know they'll get the support, the safety. In our case here, we want to give people a second chance. Those who have found themselves in these situations, and they can actually have their names given back to them in a good fashion. They can move on and build their dreams. I'm, again, very excited to be in a state in which we have an Attorney General that's been very much engaged with this, Sean Reyes. I don't know how many of you guys are familiar with Sean, but he, along with other attorney generals across the state, across the country, have been very, very active in terms of understanding this problem and addressing it. My goal here is not to spend a lot of time talking, but to come and get a chance to meet others like myself who believe this is a fight worth fighting, and to know that I'm all in. The state of Utah is all in. And we have people throughout the Congress that really would like to just understand how we can be a helping hand to support what you're doing. It's all about education. Ignorant and free can never be. It's something Thomas Edison said many at the very beginning of our country. We need to be educated. We need to understand and collaborate and talk with each other. So let's put on our empathy hat. I want to thank Tanya again for what you do, because it comes down to us having a chance to see faces, to understand what it looks like to come out, to give back, and to give a helping hand and hope in the process of doing that. So for the survivors out there, I just applaud you for the courage you have, for the tenacity you've shown, and for giving back to those who are really looking for that helping hand and that hope. So with that and said, I'm going to be around for a while. I look forward to chatting with you guys, and thank you again for everything you do. We look forward to bringing freedom and hope to so many people who are really looking for it and need it right now. So thanks so much. Appreciate it.